Hello, folks. This Hangout on Air is live. And tonight, we may have other people joining in, you know. We're looking at a famous beer introduced 19 years ago in merry old England, and it's called Young's Double Chocolate Stout. And they have changed the label so many times. Now, Brandon's not on Facebook, but some of you Facebook guys might have seen that I posted photos of all the older labels. I guess I could do that on Google Plus, but I always neglect to do it. I run out of time. The old label had two ram heads together. This bottle has a ram standing in a field. This company was started 1831. Hey, that's going on 200 years. Tonight, we're joined up north by Nate K. Wood, who I wish would start a beer review channel, but that takes up time and everybody doesn't have too much time, right?
Definitely not me.
My daughter always thinks about doing it, but that's as far as it goes. John Sharon from Indiana. We've got Justin Sharp, who is maybe going to join us. He doesn't have the beer, but he asked me, could he join just to hang out and kind of watch the proceedings? I said, well, sure. He probably likes chocolate. He probably likes beer. He can tell us how much he likes chocolate and beer. From the South, from Louisiana, Brandon, who I also wish would, hello, Brandon. I wish he would start a beer review channel, and then myself from Louisiana Beer Reviews. I see so many beer reviewers, and you've noticed this over the years probably, guys. They get into it. They're hot. They're on fire. They're reviewing. They're doing a video a week, and then one a month, and then one every 6 months, and then you never see them again. I talked about that in my retrospective. You remember that? 10 beer reviews. Oh, but, you know, I'm not picking on them because maybe something happened in their life where they really just cannot do it.
I try to get one in, but sometimes it's hard. You know, I mean, I try to get one at least once a week. Sometimes it's hard, but hey, when I do one, I want to go big.
Yeah, he's got to have the label out. Hey, I think another thing about it is people, if they get into it and it's not what they expected, like they might have thought they would jump into this and then a month they would have 10,000 subscribers, and then after a month they have 10. And maybe some people tell them ugly things on the internet and they get upset and they quit. But whatever the case.
I mean, I mean, it's nothing that, but you know, I really don't put mine out there like a lot of people do because I want to get subscribers off YouTube itself. But, you know, I mean, I've got some real good hits. I mean, you're always going to get that person that just hates everything in the freaking world. You know them people.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's just what it is.
Yeah, you can't do anything about it. Here's a ram head on the cap. Now, Justin muted his he might think that I don't want him talking, but I said, yeah, you can talk. Okay.
Yeah, he can talk all he wants.
Oh, he says, oh, okay. Laugh out loud. We can't hear you laugh out loud because you're muted. Okay, now, who's never had this before?
I've never had it, but I just took a sip, so technically now I have had it.
Right. Like Larry Holmes said in 1995, if you want to, in 1985, if you want to be techno. Woo! Look at that creamy beige head. John, you've had it, eh?
Oh, yeah. I've had it, yeah, back years ago. It's been a long time.
So bubbly. Brandon, you've had it.
Oh, yeah.
And poor Justin never had because he couldn't find the darn thing. Now, in my experience, it's better out of the nitro can. And then Tanya, who wanted to join us and might jump in, she was like, nitro? Did someone say nitro? Ooh, I'm salivating.
I've never seen it in a nitro can.
I went to Rouse's and they had the spot for it, nitro can, and it was sold out. I said, heck. How big is this bottle? 500 milliliters?
Yeah, I think so. I think Yeah, 500 milliliters.
It's made in England, in Bedford, England, which is part of the United Kingdom. 5.2% alcohol, has the best buy date, guys. It's imported by Belucas Marketing, but their website is dead. I got on their website, it wouldn't come up. It was just like, would you like to buy this website? I'm like, what?
Yeah, I had a problem finding their website too.
Who, Belucas?
Well, they just anything, almost anything on this. I couldn't even find a locate or anything. I just kind of guessed.
Oh, well, now, you know, this beer does have its own website. There is a Wells and Young website for the beer.
I figured that much. I just couldn't find it for whatever reason.
Yeah, I just typed in on Google and Yahoo, I typed in Young's Double Chocolate Stout, and that was right there.
I wonder who handles this beer. Is this handled by the InBev product?
It's imported by Belucas Marketing, which handles a lot of imports. They're in College Station. Justin Sharp muted me. Justin, don't press those buttons. Okay, now, oh boy. Can you hear me now? He must have had a computer problem. Can you all hear me now?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Something happened with his situation. All right, now, Jean-Pierre's here. Lucas Marketing, and if anybody's got some bloops going on, get that off there. And Anheuser-Busch InBev, their local distributor handles it here now in my town, but it could be a Miller distributor in some other town. You never know.
Yeah.
Well, this book, 300 Beers to Have Before You Die, it says this about the beer. It says, Young's head brewer, Ken Don, uses Cadbury's chocolate in both bar and essence form. So he puts the bars of chocolate in there, Cadbury, during the boil with the hops. And then they add the essence, which is kind of like the aroma part that you can buy these bottles of it.
Mm-hmm.
And when they racken the beer into the casks. The malts, the barley malts are Maris Otter Pale, chocolate, and crystal barley malt with roasted barley added. And the hops are Fuggles and Goldings. It is thought, now this is what this author says here. It is thought that this is the only stout in the world to use real chocolate as opposed to dark malt. Well, wait a minute. I thought Samuel Smith's Imperial, doesn't Samuel Smith's have a chocolate beer?
Mm-hmm.
They do now. It's been a while.
Yeah, they might not have had it when this book isn't very old. Well, anyway. All right. So, hey, Jean.
Hello, good evening, folks. How are y'all?
We're fine. You had this before?
Nope, first time having this, and kind of, you know, like I said, can't wait to try it.
You got can or bottle?
Yeah,
Can.
I got the can. I'm assuming I got the bottle. $2.99 for the bottle.
You got the 12.
Hey, hold that up again.
He's got that 12-ounce bottle.
So yeah, he's got the 12-ounce bottle.
Yeah, I've seen the cans. And that was going for $3.99. A 16-ounce bottle, a 16-ounce can.
Yeah, 16.9 ounce. Hey,
Yeah.
Let me say this before we start tasting it. Let me say this before we start tasting it. When Tanya and I did the companion beer last week, we did the Wells Banana Bread beer. This is what we noticed. It had a rush of banana aroma and flavor. But as we drank on it, that died down, and then it became mostly a beer tasting beer. The beer flavor and aroma took over. So let's see if that happens here. My suspicion is that it will do that. Let's go. Do you think we should go with the people who's never had it before?
Yeah.
So we can see what it looks like. It's dark brown, and it's got that creamy beige head. So Jean and Nate, y'all decide who goes first, but y'all can describe what you smell in it.
Go ahead, Nate.
All right. So start with aroma. It's actually I don't smell very much off of it right now. I always find that that's the case when I get them in the can with the little bobble in it. It's just it definitely seems to have less aroma to me. But But I can definitely smell a kind of like stout kind of dark grain aroma to it a little bit, or maybe a little bit of a malt kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really just it's very clean out of the can.
The bottom of my bottle, by the way, has some major glob action going on.
Okay, go ahead, guys. I'm gonna say something, but go ahead.
Say it.
When the 16-ounce can, and when I was about to buy it yesterday, I guess that was the C2, that thing that was shaking in that 16-ounce can.
Yeah, nitrogen. Yeah.
Nitrogen, yeah. So I was like, what the hell is is this the cocoa thing to give it some flavor? And then they told me what it was, and I'm like, okay, so.
Yeah.
But I got the bottle, so.
But next time you can go back and get the can.
There
All right.
you go.
What do you get on the aroma, buddy?
You still talking? You talking to Nate or me? Me? Okay.
You and Nate.
Okay. Go ahead, Nate. Finish up. You said you started.
Oh, basically, I was just gonna kind of comment. Oh, there's a cat. I was gonna comment on just basically that I think I probably would prefer the bottle aroma over it. But is it any different for you?
I mean, with me, I'm getting a lot of. I'm smelling a lot of chocolate on this already. More chocolate and some little hints of coffee in this. Outside of that, not much. It's very it seems like it's like that the chocolate overtakes the coffee scent to this beer to me.
How about you, Brandon? What are you getting up in the aroma?
Well, I get some of that chocolate in the aroma. It does come through, as well as the very familiar English stout aromas that you would say. Just the chocolate really does come through in the aroma pretty well. It is pretty forward, as I would expect with this beer. But other than that, I also get a few of those stout notes as well.
Okay. I'll go along with that. I picked up a lot of chocolate when I first poured it. Now I'm picking up some metallic, which is probably coming from the hops. Grain, just like generalized grain, and like you said, English stout, or even maybe like a porter, like that Taddy porter or something. Maybe a little like Guinness, 5.2. It's not. Once that beer starts to breathe, I don't think you're getting as much chocolate as you might think. But that's my opinion. I can see I'm getting a little echo from someone's end. We might want to keep track of that. John, what about you?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. I get the chocolate notes. I get coffee, but I also get maybe a little bit of malt forward on this. You can definitely get a little bit of hops in it, but I agree with a little bit of what Jean-Pierre said. I mean, I think the coffee kind of overtakes the chocolate in it a little bit, but I definitely think you definitely get that porter type taste out of it that I kind of enjoy.
And there's no coffee in this beer now, so that coffee aroma has got to be coming from that roasted barley malt.
Roasted barley malt, yeah.
Possibly could be that, yeah.
It's you can taste the malts in it. And I think that's where your coffee's coming from, the roasted barley malts in it.
Yeah. Now, how about we go to the taste? So back to Nate K. What do you think about the flavor of this canned chocolate stout from merry old England?
Well, I'm glad, even though I couldn't really smell the aroma of the chocolate, that I can definitely taste it. Kind of like for me, it's more of like a dark kind of chocolate taste to it. I don't know if it's supposed to be that, but it's a combination, I think, of the grains and the malt, and then the kind of chocolate infused into it that kind of give it that darker chocolate flavor, almost like baker's chocolate a little bit. And then the nitro in it is just yeah, I know, she's crazy. The nitro in it is very, gives it kind of a still like that clean kind of flavor to it also. So it's not much more than its parts. Doesn't taste any more than its parts.
Do you like the way the nitro gives it like that little smooth, velvety feel?
Yeah, you know what? I'm not usually a fan of that, but it's actually pretty nice on this can. I don't like it with the Guinness. I really don't. I don't know why. I guess I prefer my Guinness Imperfect over in the U.S.
No, well, wait a minute now. You know, the Guinness draft with that nitro thing, that's only been around since the early 90s. So the Guinness people were drinking until the draft came out in 1958. And then those nitro cans in 1992. It was the kind you get out the bottle, so not the draft bottle. You know, they got that Guinness draft bottle, but with the little nitro ball in it. But so no, you're okay on that.
Yep.
You prefer the more purist approach toward it. Jean, what do you think about the flavor?
The flavor, as you can see, reminds me a little bit of the coffee stout I had, Judge Roy Bean, that Fairhope Brewery puts out.
Yeah.
It has a little bit of, but again, maybe because mine is a bottle compared to how it tastes to some of you guys in the can, but it has a little chocolate coffee taste feel, but I'm getting when it goes down, it's a bit bitter, but you know, you do get this scent that tastes not overly a little overtaste of chocolate, but more coffee than chocolate in this, to me, in my opinion.
Aren't you glad they didn't add real chocolate? Because then you'd think you're drinking pure. I mean, aren't you glad they didn't add real coffee? Because then you'd think you were drinking a nothing but black coffee, huh?
Pretty much.
Brand.
Well, for me, I get some of that coffee. I mean, that coffee, it does come out in the flavor, especially as it warms up more. More of those stout flavors just keep coming out a lot more. The other thing is that the chocolate is still there, but it does go along with those flavors. It doesn't overpower them. It still tastes like you're drinking a stout, which is a good thing in my opinion. The chocolate just adds a little something to it.
Yeah. It's not like, you know, I was talking about on Facebook and all how it was like a novelty drink. And it is, but to me it tastes more like just like a regular beer with some chocolate attributes. But to me, this is not a beer that you would give somebody who doesn't like beer, because it's going to taste like beer. This is a beer you give somebody that does like beer and likes the flavor of beer, because, you know, you think about a beer like Foster's Premium Ale, that has some characteristics similar with the hop notes and all. I mean, I know that's a lighter type thing, ESB, but you know, but what I'm saying is this has to me a predominant beer flavor with background chocolate notes. Now, John, what do you think?
I mean, you definitely get the chocolate notes in it. You definitely the coffee's there. That's from the roasted malts. I mean, it's everything, you know, you'd want in a foreign beer and more. I mean, it's just an enjoyable beer. I mean, the taste of it is, I mean, it's phenomenal. I really enjoy it.
So now we want to go to the next part. We know the body. Do you find the body's not too heavy? I don't find the body's very heavy.
No,
I think it's pretty light to me. I think 5.2%. Yeah, not heavy at all.
Really, really easy.
When you read the label, you think, oh, this is going to be thick like some kind of chocolate drink. Wrong. That's wrong. And it might be a special chocolate that Cadbury made for them, you know, because I was looking on the Cadbury website. All they really had was milk chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
They might have a special baker's chocolate that they provide to the brewery.
It almost tastes like a dark chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's probably a special one that they provide to the brewery. But it's pretty easy going. I mean, to me, I think it's a pretty light body, and it's yeah, I got a Guinness glass, and it's just a pretty mellow beer. Yeah, you can ask a question, Justin.
Would this taste? Do you guys think that this would have been better as a milk stout, other than what it is now? Like, do you think it would have been better if it was made as a milk stout, like a chocolate milk stout?
No, I think it would be an idea that they could make an alternative version, maybe, that maybe wouldn't be better, but just different. That's my opinion. They might have a different idea. I think that might be something they could come out with. Young's double milk chocolate stout.
Yeah. I think they've done very well with this beer. I mean, to me, it's just a good old beer. I mean, there's nothing bad you can say about it, nothing great you can say about it, but it's just a freaking good beer.
Would you, guys, would this be to temperature for the serve this beer 45, 50 degrees between that?
Yeah, I wouldn't drink it too super cold.
Right.
Wouldn't drink it warm myself. I like milk stouts, but this, for some reason, is good on its own. A milk stout version probably should happen. That's what Nate K says. Well, so in about a month, if you see one come out, or 6 months, you'll know that your idea was stolen.
I do have a lot of floaties in the bottom of my glass. So
wow. Now the last question is, would you buy it again?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Hesitate to buy it again when I saw this. You were going to review this beer. I said, yeah, absolutely. I'd love to do this one again.
And it's $4.99 a bottle now for the big bottle. It's not an everyday drinker, but it'd be something to have for Christmas, I think. Or
Christmas, Thanksgiving, as the weather gets a little cooler, colder, depends where you are in the country. This would be something like a late night thing to have.
I think it would be good with peanut butter on some crackers. Creamy, skippy peanut butter on crackers, but that's just me.
I'm not a creamy guy. I like nutty peanut butter.
I'll take crunchy. I will take crunchy as well. I will take crunchy. I am not an anti-crunchy-ite. So Brandon would buy it again. Jay, Louisiana Beer Reviews, would definitely buy it again, but not as an everyday drinker, but as something to get people to try. Although most of my friends would say, I don't want it. Do you have something good like Bud Light? And I would be like, yeah, why branch out when you could just drink Bud Light? Because that's their opinion. They're looking at me like, yeah, right. Why are you branching out, you freak? You weirdo. Okay, we having a party. He shows up with Guinness.
Hey, but with Bud Light, you know, I know that story, Jay. I watched that video.
You live that in your own life, don't you?
Unfortunately, yes. Yeah.
So now I just do normal people things, like I went to my grandmother's 90th birthday and I brought Bush in cans, and they were thinking like, now you're being a regular human. Brandon shows up with Schlitz, and then all the old people that are 79 say, I remember I used to drink Schlitz. I'm sorry they stopped making it. And then you have to explain to them, actually, they never did stop making it.
Yeah. Okay,
so Nate, would you buy it again?
I would definitely buy it again. I mean, I'm predisposed to anything chocolate anyways. So I've got still an oatmeal chocolate stout from Sam Smith in the fridge.
Wow.
So I've got that, and I've got another one of these in there. So we're good.
That is.
It wasn't that expensive too where I was either. You can get them pretty much.
How much was it for that 4-pack?
For a 4-pack, it was pricey, but I forget exactly what it was. I just got a single, and I think it was like $3.99 or something like that.
Oh, that's good.
But you got like a discount if you get in the 6-pack at the store I go to. So
excellent. So
yeah,
that's a good price. Now I paid $4.99 for my bottle. John.
Yeah, I'd definitely buy this again. I mean, it's not something I'm gonna go out next week and buy, but I think down the road, I would definitely buy it. But I'll tell you what would be awesome if they put this out in a 6-pack of 12-ounce cans. But yeah, I mean, I think I give $4.99 for my bottle, which was, because I bought a bunch of beer when I bought this, so
it's the same
right,
price.
$4.99. But yeah, I mean, it's a comparable price. I mean, it's a good beer. I mean, I've drunk it on more than one occasion, and Yeah, it's definitely gonna be one I'm gonna buy again.
And okay, and Jean-Pierre, would you buy it again?
Yeah, I probably, I have one more bottle, which I'm gonna, I bought at the same place. It was $2.99. I didn't buy the 6-pack. I think the 6-pack at that place, at that store, thankfully where I got this one, they sold in singles, but originally the other store they sold it, it was like $11.99 for a 6-pack, and I just like, I'll just get the singles because this is my first time having it. I'm kind of more lenient towards imperial stouts, as you know, the 1050s, the Lagunitas and whatnot, but this is, a little more, full flavored and whatnot, but this is something that I can have again during that time of year again. The weather's cold, a little chilly at night, something to sip on, a good nightcap brew, head off to bed, and, I'll be happy. So, yeah, I could see myself buying this again.
Okay. I have 2 more questions before we get off air. First question. Any of y'all, 37 degrees tonight in Boston. Yeah. Actually, I went to
That's my kind of weather.
I went to an LSU football game at one time in October, and it was 37 degrees at kickoff. But it'll be 89 degrees here tomorrow. All right.
Weird weather.
First question. Any of you guys that do beer reviews, do you think you would ever do a video review for Wells Banana Bread beer?
I've actually got one in the refrigerator that didn't make the review on. I'm thinking about doing it maybe tomorrow.
Oh, I'll watch that.
I can get the beer. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jay. I'm sorry.
No, you were saying what? You can get the beer and what?
I can get the beer. I was just trying to schedule the time to do a review of it,
I got you.
whenever that may be. where things are going this month. It's been crazy at work,
Yeah.
So not doing my reviews consistently, but,
Yeah, well, do what you
things
can.
happen. Right.
Do what you can. Second thing. Do y'all think I should do a King Cobra malt liquor double down video?
Yes.
Yes.
Would that be number 4? Okay,
Let's
cool.
see, he's going to insult me in front of everybody in this world.
But you know what? But it's all good, man. King Cobra is the best. I'll tell you. I cannot.
Jay, just remember one thing: they follow the blueprint.
Yeah.
I gotta follow the blueprint. I gotta tap the bottle, and I gotta have label out. I might need to have Vienna sausages and onions with it, but I don't think I've. Yeah, I don't think I've ever done a King Cobra malt liquor double down. And then Dave Coulter was saying, and I was hoping he would join us tonight, but he had an interesting story. He went to a store and he was going to buy this beer for tonight, and it was expensive where he was because Ohio doesn't have the greatest prices. But he was saying, but although they do have good prices for some beers, he said, the thing was expired and it was expensive. And I said, no way. And I told him, you made the right decision. And if you think a grocery store is going to check the dates, you are living in a fantasy world, people.
They don't.
Package stores don't check the dates.
You can forget it. You have to check the dates yourself. And if the beer doesn't have a date, you just have to decide, should I buy it or not?
The
Now, if it has,
Walmarts of the world are the same, and even the whenever the distributor gets there, he'll look around. But sometimes they'll look and say, "All right, it looks like it's all right," and leave it up
it's
on the
not
shelf.
going to happen. Now, Anheuser-Busch, their people, they'll go in and check dates. That's their company. But if you think the retailer's going to do it, wrong.
No.
They're not.
Well, you shouldn't have to worry about InBev because their product turns over so quick that they're not going to have a born-on day. They don't need one.
They have a date. They do, but Anheuser-Busch does have a born-on date, but usually it's but like you're saying, their turnover is so big.
Yeah.
And they just bought Miller. So I might make a special video next week called Miller, SAB Miller ceases to exist today because they will not exist after October 10th.
Yep.
And I might have to work on this King Cobra double down. Oh, and Dave was asking me, he said, well, what does that mean, double down? And other people have asked me, that's a strange thing to say. But if you guys have ever watched ESPN Sports Center, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Because they'll always say, now we're going to double down on the wide receivers for San Diego. Okay, Brandon, good to see you. We're getting off air here.
All right, take care, Brandon. Be good.
Hope to see you soon. Oh, but all a double down means is that you're doubling down on it. You're making a What that means is a slang term for an extra close focus on the beer. And you talk about the history of it and who drinks it and all that stuff. So I think I might need to go to Food for More. I mean to say Food for where they add 10% at the register.
The cost.
I love that
store.
6-pack of King Cobra. Don't let the smooth taste fool you. And wait, there was something else I had to tell you. Oh yeah, if you're depressed and down in the dumps, you should join us for the next 2 weeks, because then you'll probably feel way worse. So if you're down and depressed, join us next week for Miller 64, and you'll probably feel a whole lot worse.
Yeah.
I like Miller 64. Everyone's but that's coming from someone who drinks Select 55. So
don't feel bad, Brandon, because actually, do you know that you could drink whatever beer you want to, and it does not make you a bad person?
Hey, you know, I may not be here next week because I'm supposed to be flying to Florida on Saturday. Florida?
Yeah. Don't get wet.
That should be fun.
Yeah.
They'll probably push you backwards. I may not agree with the beer you drink, but I'll fight to the death for your right to drink it. That's what Voltaire said. Okay. Then 2 weeks from now, we have even more sadness. Now, you know, y'all got to take into account that most of what I say, I'm saying it with a kind of a tongue-in-cheek way, you know, sarcastically. Michelob Ultra Amber. Oh yeah, I got that 6-pack in my cabinet. Michelob Ultra Amber.
All I see is the lime cactus and of course the other and of course the original. I have to look and search for that.
You have to look for that one. That one's not too readily available. Michelob Ultra Amber. And then it's about to get so real because on October 26th we're looking at Dixie beer.
Okay, I could get that. No problem.
Yeah.
And then John was telling me we need to revisit some of these guys before they're gone, because some of these are going to be gone soon. In November, it's about to get really labeled out, because November 2nd, we got Ice House Edge. Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
I might have to talk to Black Metal Troy. All right.
I'm praying that the weather's cold. I'm praying it's cold.
Because he's the reason I had to delete the last video. All right. He'll do it, too. He'll join. And then November 9th is Miller Fortune. What did you say, Jean?
Fortune. I think that thing is.
What did you say about Ice House Edge?
I said, I hope it's cold, because if it was cold, I hope it was a cold night for Ice House Edge. Because when I have that, I'm going to sleep peacefully.
Yeah.
That evening.
Oh yeah, you're gonna sleep and maybe throw up. Now on November 16th. I might have to go to a college basketball game. I have sports-related issues on November 16th. We may have to cancel that week. Then we got Budweiser Black Crown. You heard me? And then more sports-related issues. I'm sorry, folks. I got these sports problems. All right. But anyway, thank you for joining us for this very outstanding and fabulous video. And I'm saying to you, and I am not a huckster. I do not work for this company. I have no horse in the race.
I do, because InBev distributes. I get $5 every time I do something for these people.
I know, because you're under InBev's thumb. But
I'll take whatever money anybody will give me.
I recommend that I am recommending that you get this beer. And when we go off air, I'm going to give some more information out about something that's coming. It's new recipes, it's new labels. I helped work on the design, and you ain't going to believe it. And I got $5 for doing it. All right. Good night.
Good evening, everybody.
I actually literally did get a $5 check. All right. Thanks, folks. Good night. Have a good evening. Have a safe week.
Guys, thanks for watching.
And if you're in the hurricane zone, be very careful, because those things are scary. I've been in. They are not a game. They are not a game.
How it is, because I'm heading down Saturday.
He's going to Florida. Everybody else evacuating. He's going there.
Be safe, John.
All right.